Hey friends, Catherine here. This is going to be part one of a clock making video where we take this pour that we did the other day and make a clock face from it. We're going to be doing the clock face in this first video, and then in the second video, which will go up tomorrow, we're going to be attaching the movement. We have to do that in the video tomorrow and not in the video today because I haven't bought the movement yet, so I still have to go do that. But for now, we've got this disc. It is flat and all dry and ready to go. And we've got this skin that we poured that I should probably actually pull off of this canvas now that I'm ready to start working with it. I'm just cutting the plastic real quick, and we should, in theory, be able to just pull it off. There we go, something like that. There we go, and then we've got this lovely canvas that's still clean and ready to be used for something else, so we'll set that aside. We've got this skin that is kind of lifting up off the plastic, and we definitely want it to do that, but not quite yet. And I think it's only doing it because the plastic has this shape around the corners. So I'm going to try and see if I can't just encourage that away for the moment. There we go, something like that. And that should allow it to lie flat better. Perfect. Okay, but we see how it's lifting up off of the plastic right here. We're gonna do that eventually for the whole thing, but for now, that's good. So the first thing that we want to do is mark out the points of our clock. And to do that, what I'm going to do is just first thing. Now I could get a compass and one of those angle finding rulers and things, but there is a much easier way to do it that does not involve any math whatsoever. And that involves making a circle of just plain paper that I don't mind cutting up. That is the same size as the clock. So we'll do that first thing. Go something like that. That's good. All right, so we've got our circle there. And then what we do is we're just going to take and fold it in half. There we go. And then we will grab a Sharpie and just right on our clock face itself, line the paper up with the outside edge of the clock and put a little mark of Sharpie at the top and the bottom. Now we're going to take and fold that in half. Lining up our edges, there we go, and then line up the edge of our paper with the dot at the top and the outer edge out here, and then make a little mark right there. And then flip it over and do the same thing at the other side. So line it up with that top edge and the outside. And make a little mark right there. And now we've got it divided up into perfectly even quarters. And before we go any further, we are going to have to go further. Well, we could leave it with points at 12, 3, 6, and 9, but I do want to put the other hour marks in as well. And before we go any further, what I want to do is take and flip this over and line my quarter circle up with the outside edge. And doesn't matter where, it doesn't have to correspond to anything on the other side, but then put a little edge mark right there. That way that gives me the exact center of my circle on the back side. We'll need that in a moment. But for now, let's take and just cut one of our quarters off of our paper, because it's going to have an awful lot of layers of paper if we don't, so it'll just make it easier to do this real quick. There we go. And then take and we are going to need to fold this into thirds, and we want to make it as evenly into thirds as possible, which I think that was a pretty good guess. All right, and then we will do the same thing that we did the first time, only now we've got wedges that are thirds. So there's our 1 o'clock. There's our 2 o'clock. Our 4 o'clock. Our 5 o'clock. Here's 7. And 8. And 10. And 11. And there we go. We now have points all the way around the outside, dividing our clock up into 12 even segments without having to do any math or measuring or anything like that. The other thing that we're going to want to do then is flip this back over. Now when you remember that mark that we gave the back side of this, we're going to want to pull out a cutting mat real quick and slip it under there and grab a hole punch and just put a hole right in the center of our clock. That's going to be where our movement slips through. So hopefully I can get a hole all the way punched through. There we go. That's our hole right in the center. Perfect. All right, we can put our cutting board back away. And now for our time indicators. That is a question, because I do want to make it out of this, or them, out of this skin, but I haven't decided what shapes I want to do, or like the sizes of those shapes, or how I want to cut them out. I think I want to do circles. That way they echo the outside shape of the whole clock. And for that, I think I want to do 4 larger circles, one for the 12, the 3, the 6, and the 9, and then I will need 8 smaller circles for the 1, the 2, the 4, the 5, the 7, the 8, and the 10 and 11. So to do that, let's see. Let's try. That's got a bit of a lip on it. See if we can't just, yeah, that'll leave a good mark. Okay, that can be a pretty good circle for our smaller circles. So if I just do that, I can leave a bit of a mark. Just do it 8 times. So that's 4. And this is just what I'm using to make these circle marks, if you can see them, is just the cap of this marker. I don't even need the whole marker. 6. 7. And 8. Okay. And then, actually I do think I want my cutting board back out in that case, because I think the easiest thing to cut them out is going to be an X-Acto knife. So let's just take our X-Acto knife and see if we can't follow those lines to make a circle. Hopefully it'll work out. Probably it won't though. I'm terrible at cutting like straight lines. There we go. All right, that's one. So we'll just set it right there. And that actually sticks down pretty good all on its own. That's not too bad. And let's actually have a look at the back side. Oh, that's not, I mean, that's kind of interesting. That's the back side of a boar. That's kind of fun, actually. 2 boars for the price of 1. That gives me an idea for a later video, but we'll set that thought aside for the moment. We're working on something right now. Try not to get sidetracked too badly anyway. And it's got, so when I cut these away from the plastic, I'm not taking the plastic with them. That means that they've got this super smooth backside that allows them to stick on their own to the clock face. There we go. See it stuck down? Yeah, that'll be fun. I could use just a hole punch for this, but there's something nice about being able to see what you're cutting. Go. Okay, and then just kind of lift that one away. And take and set it down right there. And then just keep working on it. This will probably take a quick minute, but we'll see how it goes. Making things from other things. It's fun and easy, and you end up with something really cool afterward. Plus, clocks make excellent gifts. In case you didn't know, clocks make fantastic gifts. And we are very quickly approaching the gift-giving time of the year. One might even say we're already in it. But it's never too late to get a last-minute gift prepped. Well, I mean, there is such a thing as too late to get a last-minute gift prepped. It's called next spring. But that's all right. It'll all work out. Oop, don't flip over. You won't stick down. Okay, go. All right, 5 down, 3 to go. There we have it. And then just 2 more. And then all we have to do is do the big dots. And I haven't decided what I want to do those with yet, or what size I want those to be, or anything of that nature yet. We'll figure it out. I very rarely have a plan. But I do love it when not planning comes together. Don't mind my little joke. All right. Last one. Okay. There we are, and in position, and stick it down. Okay, so we've got those done. Let's actually peel this one up. I think I don't have it quite over far enough. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, and then we just need our main dots, which we want to make with a larger circle. Let's just look around and see what we have. I don't immediately see anything jumping out at me. Maybe the cap of something. All of those that I see are too big. I don't want it to be huge, I just want it to be reasonable. Maybe the cap of some paint. Yeah, actually, that's a good size. Okay, let's just take and set that down and trace around the outside of that with our X-Acto knife. And see how that works. See if we get anything worth using. Okay, that might be all right. Just need to clean that up a little bit. Get those edges well cut, hopefully. Something that we can work with. And then lift. Yeah, that'll do nicely. And then just kind of make sure that I have it positioned evenly between those two, because I can't exactly see my dot underneath, but that's all right. It'll all work out. And then stick it down. And once I finish with these 4 dots, we're going to call it a night. But I am going to take and put a layer of clear glaze just over the whole thing before tomorrow. That way we know that these little dots will stay stuck down, because right now I can still peel them up. Let's just get a good circle. And that's probably all right. That'll most likely work out. Hopefully, who knows, we'll see. Just try and make sure everything is all cut evenly. And lift. Perfect. Oh, that's gorgeous on the back side too, though. Yeah. That does give me ideas. And then let's just kind of make sure that that's sort of centered-ish. Just try to eyeball it and stick it down. Oop, come on, stick down. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. Let's just take that spot right there. And cut all the way around, hopefully. Something like that. And then maybe lift without tearing it. There we are. And then bring this over here so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Just take and position it over my mark, and generally between the 2 dots on either side of it. And make sure that I smooth it down really well, and that should be it. 1 more to go. Let's see. Let's go this spot right here, maybe. And I've got all of this skin left over for other projects if I want. And it should store fairly nicely on this plastic. So I'm definitely happy with how that turned out. And this should be the last one. So let's just make sure everything's cut well and cleanly, hopefully. And see what we get by lifting. There we have it. All right, last dot. Take and stick it down. And there we go. 1 clock face ready to have a movement added. So I'm going to put a layer of glaze on this tonight, and I will see you all back tomorrow for attaching the movement. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, definitely let me know. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!